The following is intended for mature audiences only. May contain strong language and graphic descriptions. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is Allie.
This is Rosie.
And this is Therapy for the Dead.
Welcome to our show today.
And today we had a question about when we see people that have spirits around them. We've said before that we don't go up to strangers and tell them that there are spirits with them.
No.
And, this person was wondering why we won't just tell people that there are spirits with them. And, first of all, that's really awkward.
Absolutely. It's one of those things you really, because you don't know people, you really don't know what their reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
You can walk up to somebody and be like, bro, your mom's following you. She just wants to say she left the key to the safe deposit box in her sweater jacket.
Yeah.
And they could completely freak out on you.
Yeah.
Or they could take it kind.
Yeah.
It really, you have no freaking idea.
And, talking about spirits on the other side, it's all about someone's faith, So you don't go and talk about religion with people for a reason, you know, like
you'll randomly walk up and be like, do you have Jesus in your life? I mean, I know some people go door to door.
Some people do.
That's really ballsy of those people, because in today's day and age, I mean, come on, you get shot, immediately.
Right.
So, I mean, it's always kind of been like that, but
right.
I know.
But, religion isn't polite conversation, and walking up to random people and being like, I'm psychic and I see people on the other side and there's a spirit with you. Now you're challenging their beliefs. If they believe, that their spirits are up in heaven and not wandering the earth. If
Absolutely.
they believe that, if they don't even believe in an afterlife, you're really challenging people's beliefs sometimes when you come to them with this kind of a conversation. Plus, it's really just kind of a downer.
Yeah, honestly. Hey, your loved one is with you, or so-and-so is following you. It's just, it's not,
cry. Yes. It'll trigger their grief. It'll trigger the trauma of losing that person.
Well, and you don't know if it's going to, extra traumatize them. Okay,
right.
So you're in the grocery store and you, get approached by somebody that there's a ghost following you. Whether it's a family member or not, if you already have some kind of fear or anxiety disorder or whatever, you don't know people's personal battles at all.
Yeah.
So you're walking up to them with this information, then unsure whether or not they want to receive this information at all. They're not going to you, hey, I'm going to see a psychic or whatnot. They're just in public doing their thing. It's kind of like, when people that are famous are out in public with their kids, they don't really want people approaching them.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same type of thing. You just don't, I don't know, you just kind of don't do that to people. We just definitely don't.
Like yeah. And I'll tell you a little story. My wife and I went hot air ballooning a few months ago, and it was the first time we ever went, and it was a really fun day. But for me, there was a spirit with the pilot. And it was really obnoxious. He just wanted me to tell the pilot, that he was there and he was okay and that it's okay and, that he's going to be okay when it's his time to die, and I, we're there with a group of friends. There's 4 of us there, I'm not, about to stop our fun day and be like, hold on, I got to talk to this random guy that we just met about his friend that died a few years ago. That's just a downer, I want to live my life too. Just because I have this gift does not mean that I have to deliver messages for every spirit that's around there. I'm out having a fun day with my friends and my wife. I'm not gonna stop my day so I can deliver some random message from some random guy,
Yeah. Which may sound kind of like we're being mean or selfish. It's really not about that.
Yeah.
It's about boundaries, just like any other
Yeah.
any other thing you do in life. You go to your job, you have boundaries that when work's over, it's over. And for right now, we're doing this Therapy for the Dead as our job. We're taking it very seriously. And those that come to us to seek help, we take it very seriously.
Yes.
But when we're out and about trying to have a good time, we're trying to have a good time. I actually have a little short story.
Yeah.
A very close friend of mine, before they moved into the house they live in now. They lived in their other house for 27 years. Wow. And we used to go visit in that house, and all the time I saw a ghost there. All the time, this young guy who wanted to give him a message. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't opened up to them at all about you know, being able to see dead people and things like that. Eventually I did, to my friend who's now since passed on, which she was awesome. You know, thumbs up to her that she was such an awesome person. But after opening up to her, you know, kind of talked to her about it, and then talked to her son, who I'm very good friends with still to this day. And after finally opening up to him and telling him that it was somebody he knew, it was and you know, everything was on point as far as it was a guy who had OD'd over in the bathroom of a store that was not very far from where they lived. It was very sad circumstances, but I had known this guy for literally almost 20 years before I even opened up to tell him. And I know that sounds mean, like, oh my God, you mean that spirit was stuck there for that whole time? Number one, he had no idea about time. And number two, it took that many years for me to feel comfortable to say anything because I was so worried that we wouldn't be friends anymore. And I didn't want that. So then
it really is nerve-wracking
it is so
to
nerve-wracking.
Tell someone that you're a psychic. God. Because it's so, like, you know, with the 1-900 psychic numbers out there, like, it has been so diluted by people that genuinely don't have any skill whatsoever. So every time you hear the word psychic, most people think, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, so
a lot of people do.
Most people, yeah. Most of the people that I've ever told have questioned me and thought, you know, maybe I'm schizophrenic, you know, or maybe I have a demon, or, you know, like, like that's a legitimate concern for anyone that has this ability. Like, it is really, really not acceptable to see people on the other side, even though there are a lot of people that, you know, genuinely do accept it and do believe in it and do want to hear all about it and want to hear, you know, they would love to have a stranger come up to them and say that there was a spirit that was with them. You know, it would make them feel good. But there are more people that would really hate that. So,
yeah. Well, and for me personally, like, being the person that I am, the anxiety riddled, constantly nervous person that I am anyways, which probably has a lot to do with the fact that I always have spirits with me, but that would just throw me over the top as far as, like, I would be in a complete panic attack and I wouldn't make any sense to them anyways, so I would look like a freaking psychotic idiot. It's pretty much how it would come out. I'm not going to look like Long Island Medium, where, you know, she's so well put together and she's like, honey, let me tell you, there's this, no, because I'm a mess just going. I prefer curbside pickup and delivery now. In the new age,
there's
you can get that.
There's less energies around you.
Exactly. I'm like, hallelujah, because I don't have to. I don't have to go running through Walmart and see so many spirits who are like, do you see me? I know that you see me. You better listen to me. And I'm just like trying to beeline through. So, it's kind of a hard answer as to why there's just so many reasons as to why not to, and a lot of it is the backlash. People are not all people, I can't say all people, like it's a generalization, but there's such a large part of people that are very unaccepting.
And honestly, even if you look at, like, the media and, like, television shows or film or whatever, psychics usually are portrayed as bullshit. You know, they're usually portrayed as, you know, just people out for money or people out for, you know, fame or whatever reason, you know, like, it's just kind of a stigma around psychics. And, you know, it's also, I think you really hit it on the head with, it's just boundaries. You know, like, we don't tell people, except for people that we know and trust and have known and trusted for a long time, you know, that we even have this ability. You know, like, there's a reason that our full name isn't on any of this stuff. There's a reason that, you know, we don't want to show anyone where we're from. You know, it's a real thing. It's a real worry for anyone who's psychic, for people to find out, you know. Like,
because even going through life and the people that you tell and such brings up another story to mind of the girl that I was friends with, who called me from a party after we basically were not friends anymore, and was like, these people have a ghost in their house. And then, you know, that ghost remote found me and wound up in my house, and then I had to get rid of him out of my house, which my house has a really good bubble around it. And he came in because he wasn't a bad spirit. My bubble is to keep anything negative out, and then to hold them at bay until I'm ready to deal with anybody. But on the same note, he came, like, in the middle of the night, scared my daughter. It was awful. And I was like, how dare you? Like, literally,
Yeah.
how dare you try to use me as some kind of a party favor? Not
Right.
that she even really fully knew.
She didn't understand.
She didn't really
yeah.
understand. She had gone house hunting with me, which is it's a chore. If you ask my hubby, he'll tell you it's a chore, because if I get any ookies or if I see spirits that are too much for me at that moment, I'm already
It is
gone.
a lot of energy to clear out a new space
It
to
is.
move into.
It is, and
lot.
honestly, I prefer to attempt to do that with energies that are less negative or less angry, or who haven't been around for you know millennia and things like that. When I start to encounter that kind of stuff, I'm going to jet out. And a lot of the house hunting we had done at that time were older homes and things like that, because there again, I'm drawn to them, which is an energy thing as well.
Yes.
But it's pick and choose the boundary thing as far as which energies I'm going to tolerate, which energies I'm going to get rid of, which whatever.
Yeah.
But just her doing that was enough for me to be
honestly,
kind of like, even, you know, us doing this, very nerve-wracking.
It is. It's hard. You know, it's hard. It's a hard thought to think that, you know, because people are sneaky. It's a hard thought to think that at some point someone will figure out who exactly we are and put all the pieces together, and then it will just be out there and we'll be exposed for, you know, being psychics, you know, and that's kind of like a really scary thought, because I'm really not ready for the entire world to know that I'm psychic. Because honestly, people that aren't psychic don't understand. Like, they will come and ask the most random questions. Like,
and something I've heard time and time and time again is, oh, I think it would be so awesome if I could see ghosts. And I'm just like,
it's not that awesome
really,
all the
really.
time.
You think that's something you want to wake up to and go
Yeah.
to sleep to and have dreams about all the time? I don't know.
Yeah, I had people that have come to me after someone has died, and they're like, "Well, can you talk to this one for me?"
Yeah,
like,
I have that too.
It doesn't really work that way.
It kind of is an ender too of relationships when they do that, because once you tell them you can't just randomly connect with their loved one or whatever, then they're automatically like, well,
then they think you're full of shit or
shit.
whatever. But honestly, sometimes after someone passes away, their spirit guide makes them go through a period of rest, and then no one can talk to them. I had one friend of mine who knows that I'm psychic. Her son passed away 6 years ago, and then but he wasn't available for her to like connect with for years after he passed away, you know, because his spirit guide knew that he couldn't handle seeing how much pain she was in the beginning, that he wouldn't be able to deal with it. So his spirit guides kept him in a state of rest and wouldn't let him go visit that time period at all. So, you know, sometimes there's just legitimate reasons why a psychic can't connect with a certain spirit.
Oh yeah, well
know?
Also some people leave without having unfinished business. I know that we as people, we want to believe that our loved ones needed us as much as we felt like we needed them.
But sometimes
that's just not true.
Yeah.
From personal experience, my father passed away. I fully expected to have conversations with him. He moved on. He legit, and Allie completely confirmed, because he really, when he left this world, he was done. He was done and finished, and he wanted to move on, and he did. Same thing as my friend who's been gone for a couple of years. Now, after talking to her son, I was like, I had this conversation with him about how it gives us comfort.
Yeah.
That I don't see her, that I don't see my dad. It's kind of like a feeling of comfort to know that they've moved on.
Like,
that's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, look at all of the people that we talk to and all of the things that they get stuck on.
Yeah.
You know,
the random things that keep them here.
It's a really beautiful thing if your loved one isn't stuck here.
Absolutely.
If they can move on and find their peace and connect with their spirit guides right away and go on about their journey, that's a great thing. You will always be connected to your loved ones through love and through the time that you spend together, but that doesn't, like, you don't ever want to wish for their spirit to have to stay with you all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
No, a lot of times when they're, just all the time when they're here, it's unfinished business of some sorts.
Like,
and you don't want that for them. You want them to be finished. Because you want the same, I'm sure, I know I want the same thing for myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave feeling like I had a whole bunch of crap left to do, and it then come to find somebody that can actually help me, and it be 40, 50, 60 years past what I've passed. Yeah. I'd rather be moved on to the next thing where I can possibly watch over my loved ones, or just move on into my next lifetime.
Yeah.
So I know we kind of got off topic as far as why we don't approach people, but I mean, it's just, there's so much wrapped up into that question as far as an answer.
It's a loaded thing, because like that's exactly why is, the stigma, and then just boundaries. Like sometimes we just cannot handle dealing with someone else's energy right now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and honestly the backlash.
Yeah.
I'm always just like...
That scares me more than anything.
I don't want the
how they will
confrontation.
react.
Yeah, I don't want somebody
Yeah.
to follow me home and be like, I'm gonna, hack up you and your family because you told me this. Like,
Right.
Which may sound crazy, but I watch a lot of ID channels, so
Don't we all?
I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be that person in the swamps,
No.
or found in the what would it be, like the woods of Virginia or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just anyway, I'm not gonna be one of those people. Period.
Yeah. No.
So.
So.
Or in the desert.
We hope
I'm
that-
just going with all the different areas.
Right.
Up on a snowy mountain. I don't want to be that person at all.
Yeah.
So that's the answers as to
Yeah.
why. We're not
And
really not trying to be
hopefully that
selfish.
answers the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really not trying to be selfish people at all.
It really is about protecting
band boundaries, and that's
boundaries.
just
Yeah.
So we hope we answered the question well.
Yes.
Keep coming with the
hopefully.
questions. We're
We
loving
love
it.
the questions. Love them. But I feel like we have Jackie and Ellen just popped up.
Yes, they're like, you guys are done with this crap talking now. We're gonna go with it. Jackie is like, all right, ladies, it's the time.
Yes.
And they have a gentleman with them today for our first guest. So we are welcoming.
I feel like he's from Mexico.
I'm like Ruiz.
Reese, yes. Reese with a Z.
Ruiz.
Ruiz. He didn't like when I used an S. Ruiz. He's got quite a bit of anger.
Yeah.
in
He's pretty
him.
cocky though. That's why he's like a Ruiz. Oh yes, sir.
Yes.
We got it. Ruiz.
Yes, we got it.
All right. So
He's
Ruiz.
pretty cocky for someone that murdered his mother.
Oh, he looks shocked.
It's like
Shocked, like,
but
I
Ellen just
what?
told me that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's so trying to hide.
Yeah.
that,
Jackie
like,
said he didn't want us to know that. Yeah.
Oh
well.
my God.
Well, Ellen busted him right out.
Yeah.
You murdered your mother.
He poisoned her. I just got this flash of she's laying in a bed, she's sick, and he's spooning something into her mouth that's going to kill her.
Yep. The reasoning. See, now he's talking really fast in Spanish.
Really
Jackie.
fast, and he's really pissed off, and he's
Jackie's
like, "You don't
saying-
understand. You don't understand.
Yep,
Like I had to do it. She was too sick. I couldn't take care of her.
She couldn't make the journey.
Jackie
Jackie said she couldn't make the journey. The
they
journey.
were trying to come into the United
America.
States. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he has a wife and 3 kids. His father already passed well before the mother. Nothing
Yep.
hinky there.
His wife's parents already passed as well.
So that was the family that they had left in America that they were trying to get, or left in Mexico that they were trying to get to America.
Yeah,
with
because
him,
Jackie's
his
saying
wife, and
he's
his
saying
3
that he didn't
daughters.
have brothers and sisters, so he was just
No, he was
that
the
his
only
mom was
child.
too sick to make the journey, so he felt like it was a mercy killing because he was going to
Wow.
send for his wife
but
and
it
kids.
so wasn't. You've got karma to pay on that.
Yeah,
one.
big time. Not to mention, I mean, you're here, so you didn't quite make it. You know.
Wow.
Now there is no sending back for your wife and kids
He's-
or anything.
Here's why he's pissed. He's pissed at the fucking mule.
Oh, the
The
mule
one
was
who
supposed
took
to bring
him,
you across the
one
border.
who was supposed to take him across the border.
Okay.
He paid him everything they had just to get him across the border.
And then he was going to start working,
And then
To send for
save
his
up
wife
the
and
money,
kids.
send for his wife and kids to come over there.
but he got dropped in the desert.
Wow, everyone that paid this guy, he led them straight into an ambush, basically, and just kind of left them there in the desert.
You know, as Ruiz, I can tell you died of dehydration. I'm guessing you got away from the ambush of the gunfire because I'm hearing gunfire, but I don't see any shots on you. He said, yeah.
No,
yeah.
he ran,
He
and
ran.
a lot of people ran, but then, they're out in the middle,
of the desert.
They got lost and disoriented, and none of them made it.
Yeah, so he's super pissed at the mule and super
And
pissed
he's
that he
just-
didn't make it.
He's mostly just pissed at the mule, but he's also pissed at, like, that was the end of his life. He had so much left that he was going to do. He was going to get to America, and he was going to make money, and he was going to, provide a better life for his
whole family,
daughters,
yeah.
and,
And
but-
now he's pissed too that he did that to his mom for absolutely no reason.
right. His
Because
mom-
now there's no bringing his wife and kids over at all anyway.
Right.
Which is really sad. Your story is very sad. That's terrible because I realize a lot of people's
sad,
dream is
but
to come
it's
to this
not.
country.
Like, I feel like the whole reason he died this way was karma, but not karma for his mother. It was karma for something else that he did in past lives. Ellen's nodding at me like, yes. Like, there
Yeah,
was
because-
a reason his life went to shit.
Yeah, because karma's a thing, so.
Yeah, like this isn't like some of the spirits that we talk to, some of them you just really feel for their pain, but I don't feel for him at all. I feel like he deserved everything he got. I feel for your wife.
That's what I was going to say. I think that what I feel sad for is his wife and kids, because they have no idea what happened to him.
And they're
they
never
were just
going
yeah,
to
they were
know.
just waiting on word for him, and this is recent, in the last year or two.
Yeah. So she's probably still holding out hope that
that you'll contact.
Yeah. But she'll give up eventually and move on and live her life, and it'll be fine. She was fine with staying in Mexico.
Yeah.
You were the one that wanted to go because you wanted more money. That's why I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
He's so shocked that I could figure that out. That's Ellen and Jackie. Like, they tell us all of your little secrets. Like, you can't hide anything from us.
No, people try often, but it just doesn't really work because our familiars are on that side with you, so they can get your story.
Read your energy.
Anything that we can't get, they're going to get anyway.
Mm-hmm. There's no hiding once you're out of your body. Like, it's unusual to be able to hide stuff.
Jackie is saying he's hoping to be able to get a message out to his wife and kids. I'm just not sure if they'll be listening or if will be watching YouTube.
He feels like they will. Like, they'll eventually get the message. But yeah, he died in the desert. And he has a wife. I'm trying to get her name. I want to say it starts with a B. Like, Bea something. But I'm having trouble getting her name or his daughter's names. But it's a wife and 3 daughters. And I want to say he passed away 2020.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he was hoping that the pandemic and everything would help, would be like a good time to go.
Yeah, I keep getting like Bia for his wife, like Bia, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think that is a Spanish name, Bea.
Yeah.
Bea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for the daughters, I'm getting Maria, Sofia, and something with an F.
With an F?
Mm-hmm.
Flores?
Yeah.
Flores, yeah, because...
Now he's nodding. Know. Okay, good.
I was getting the L.
All right, so Flora, Maria, and Sofia for your daughters, and for your wife, Bia. So if they hear this, if they hear their names, hopefully they'll know.
Hopefully then they'll have the answer that they've been waiting for. But, and I understand that you're angry at this mule, but honestly, you could have stayed in Mexico and had a beautiful life.
Yeah.
You could have. Like, that was the lesson that you were supposed to learn, and you didn't get it because you wanted more. You wanted more money, you wanted more this, you wanted more that. And you figured by going to America you could get the more instead of just being satisfied with what you had in Mexico. Because you really didn't have it bad in Mexico. You guys had a house. Like, it wasn't like you were sitting in some slum somewhere, Like, you guys...
Yeah, maybe not living like, on a champagne
like kings,
budget, but you were living decently enough. You were above poverty
food,
level.
You had water, whatever, like, you guys were good. You guys were in a good spot, and your wife was happy to stay, but, she's a dutiful wife, so of course she'll come with you if that's where you want to go, but...
The greed took over.
in you. And
which is unfortunate because then you have to pay the karma for your actions from that point on.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will get the message that you're gone, that you passed away in the desert. I hope that she doesn't trust the mule to do anything for her or her daughters.
I hope not. I hope she doesn't.
I get a really strong feeling that she'll just stay put because she'll continue for years to hear from you. Yeah. Because you told her it may be lengthy before she hears from you. So I get that feeling, which I can see brings you peace.
And I don't think she will listen to the mule. I do think the mule will try. Like, hey, I got your husband across. I can get you across too. I can bring you to him. I think he'll try just to get the money, but I don't think she'll fall for it because your plan was that you would contact her first. So you don't have to worry about anything happening to them because I think they're just going to stay put.
Yeah, because fortunately she was a dutiful wife.
Yes.
So she will be waiting for your word. And then when she doesn't get your word, her trust for that guy is going to be completely obliterated.
Yeah.
And that'll be what saves her and your daughters.
Yes.
So that should give you some peace. But you are
I feel
going to have
like
to
it
pay your
does.
karma.
I feel like that calmed him down a lot.
A lot. He looks a
Yeah.
lot more chilled. But honestly, you're going to have to pay for your karma for what you did to your mom.
Yeah.
Because for somebody to bring you into this world and you to take him out like that, even if you felt like it was because she could make the journey or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you didn't realize you weren't going to finish the journey, but regardless, you should have not taken that action.
Right.
And things that you did in other lives are why you wound up here. So maybe
Yeah.
in the next one you'll learn the lesson enough so that you won't have to go through something so shitty, because I imagine dying from dehydration probably sucked and was slow.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, very
It was
slow.
painful. I feel pain in all of his extremities.
Yeah. I know my fingers and such feel so
everywhere.
stiff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
That's-
he could
yeah, that really
hardly
had to
even
suck.
move. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, karma's a bitch. It just is. That
It
is the way
is.
it goes. And I
Every
just I
single
feel
time.
I feel bad for your wife because of her wonderment. But at the same time, she's going to hold it together. You know, she's always been a hard worker. And when you
Yes.
left, I bet you she took on extra jobs and things like that because it's just who she is.
Yeah.
So,
She'll take care of the girls. You know she will.
with
Well,
that, I
with
think
that,
that,
I feel like he's ready to
yeah,
go.
he's ready to go on with the spirit guide and do what he's got to do. We appreciate you coming in,
Yeah.
Louise.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
And
Jackie and Ellen are out.
Oh, and Frank
Frank
and
and
Gina
Jane are
are
in.
in. Oh, and they are pissed off.
They're always so mad and uptight.
Yeah, but more so today. Gina flashed us a smile last week. We ain't getting nothing this week.
No, she's got her resting bitch face on.
My goodness.
And they have another guy with them.
Yes.
It's like an all-male cast so far.
He's
Gina's like, what the hell? And there was ladies last because Jackie and Ellen were just here. I'm just being a smart ass.
Yeah, but she's just not.
Yeah,
having
no,
it
she's just not having it.
today.
She's not even amused at all today.
No, I feel like I see him in a bicycle.
Yeah, he's definitely in a
outfit.
bicycle
Like, he's
outfit.
got his helmet and everything. Like,
He's all road rashy and smashed in the face.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that you got hit by a car.
SUV. I can see.
Yeah, and he
can
said
see
he
it.
rolled down the hill. Yeah, you definitely did, and I bet you hit your head on a lot of rocks because you look rocked up. That just sounded wrong.
I think you meant roughed up.
Roughed up, yes. Yeah, well, I mean, he looked like he got hit in the head with a rock for
Yeah.
freaking sure.
Yeah.
So-
I feel like it wasn't a quick death though.
Yeah, no, he's saying I laid there for a while.
For a while.
Pondering my life
hoping
and what I
that
hadn't
people would come
done.
and get him. And nobody did. Nobody ever even found his body.
Oh, sucky.
Wow.
That's 2 right in a row that nobody found the bodies. Ugh.
Crazy.
No bueno.
Happens more often than you think.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So, where were you at? You were out bicycling on a trail in California? Nice.
Yeah.
And then he got hit by an SUV and was left laid there to die.
Yeah. Like it's kind of a road where like there's a cliff on the road. Like it's a road through the mountains or something.
Yeah, because he's saying they even picked up his bike and threw it.
So then nobody. Oh, so it was a hit and run.
Hit and run.
They didn't even report it, so you just went missing.
Wow. Yeah, he said they declared him missing 7 years after he was gone.
Wow. Declared him dead, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Did I say missing?
Yeah.
My brain farted. Sorry, folks. It happens.
Yeah. I still went with it though. Like, wow, it took him a long time to declare him missing.
Yeah.
Like, and that usually only 2 days.
I think so, or like 3 days. It's probably 3 or 4 days he was reported missing. No, they declared him
Yeah.
dead after 7 years of no findings. Which is
Yeah.
also interesting because I thought that missing persons cases, like, they could go on for a long time.
Well, I mean, unless the
family files. Oh, okay.
He's dead.
Oh, and he said, yeah, they filed right away. They wanted my stuff. They wanted my money. Okay.
Wow. He's pissed off about what they did with his stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
he
saying.
had a will.
Yeah, he's saying nothing
and
was
they
upheld
just
in
threw it
of
away.
his estate.
They didn't give a shit about his will.
No.
He had a decent amount of money. Like, he did well for himself, but his family didn't.
So what he's saying is that they took what wasn't meant to be given to them and that they've misused the money as it is. They mismanaged it and they basically lost everything.
Yeah, they blew through all of it.
Wow. So he's very angry over that.
I feel like he's angry anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like he's angry at how he died. He's angry at how he lived. He's angry. He's just angry. Like,
Yeah, he's saying people didn't treat him right. They always used him before
Like-
he died, and after he died was even worse.
I feel like every woman in the audience will get this, but you know those guys that go up to you and ask you out, and then they're immediately pissed off when they say no? Like, that's this guy.
That's this guy.
That's
Yep.
this guy.
Absolutely. Like chip on his shoulder right from the beginning, which he doesn't like that we're saying this, but too bad. It's
your
who you are.
reality.
Own it.
Like, you are just, like, you just feel like you did everything right and that everyone treated you so wrong. You know?
Yeah.
But that's not the reality, because if you really did everything the right way, then, you know, people would have treated you better, you know, but you came across as this,
As such
you
a
know, like, you came
ass,
across,
kind of.
yeah, like, as if everyone in the world is out to get you, you know. Like,
Everybody wants something from you. Everybody wants to use you for something.
like, yeah.
And I know there again, the people in the audience are going to know people that are like this.
Exactly
It
who
doesn't
we're
matter
talking
what
about,
you've done
yeah.
for them. They're always going to feel like people have taken advantage of them.
Yes.
People just want everything from them. That's
And
this
meanwhile,
guy.
you know, he was well off, but
Mm-hmm.
not well off like he had millions, you know, like he had a decent paying job. He was like, I want to say middle
decent
management
home.
at a like company, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really like anything spectacular.
He's like upper
though.
management. He says upper
Upper
management.
management. Okay, but you
Sorry.
weren't like a CEO level, so calm down. He was like, no, entry level, like upper management. Like, he's being very specific about it, because it legit took him probably 10 years to get where he
And
was.
and
I
he
get
wants
it,
us to know
like,
his name is Steven.
Steven. Yes. His
Because
name is
he's repeating
Steven.
half of our sentences and then with his name at the end. Like, okay, we get it. Okay, Steven. We're
Like-
so sorry that we weren't talking directly to you, Steven.
Steven.
I know, I'm
just
being
wanna
such
call
a
him
smart ass.
Steve.
Yeah, I'm being such a smart ass, Steven. But yeah, so you're pissed
Yeah,
off,
like-
but at the same time, life kind of is what you make it.
Yeah.
And as
And
sucky
you were
as it is,
absolutely the pessimist. Like, you always looked at the worst in every situation. And I'm sorry, people don't want to be around someone that just sucks the goodness out of everything.
yep, that's really where I was going with. As sucky as it is, when you're a downer, people a lot of times run away.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know Winnie the Pooh, everybody flocked to Eeyore. It's not always like
That's
that,
not
bro.
true,
This is not
yeah.
fucking Disney. So,
Yeah.
you know, nobody's always going to want to put your tail back on. It's just not the reality
No.
of life. You were kind of a carbuncle on
Yeah.
people's side, so it's not
Yeah.
not
Like,
easy,
people
not easy to
wanted-
handle at all.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with somebody that, you know, you guys could be out having a great time, but you're pissed off because one woman in the room said, no, I don't want to go out with you. You know, like, you could have still had a great night.
Yeah,
Every
and
single
I'm,
time.
I'm getting
but-
flashes because, like, I'm getting flashes of like family events
Yeah.
where you would bring the nice wines and such, or you would have it catered, but then you would throw it in everybody's face.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting flashes of this, and he's like, yeah, well, I wanted to point out what I had done. Okay, but that doesn't get you good press from the people that you're doing it for.
No.
The best gifts are the ones just given without expectation
Yeah.
of something back. That's the only way to bother to do it.
Right, and it's almost like, you know, you did all of these things with the expectation of being treated differently, you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
and then people didn't treat you differently, so then, like, you just got pissed off because why even bother doing anything? And then you did stop bother doing anything. You stopped bothering to try and find a date. You stopped bothering to go to family events. You
Yeah.
stopped bothering with a lot of things other than work, so your life was kind of boring.
He's saying, well, they just left me out. No, it's called self-exile.
Yeah.
People do it all the time and don't really realize that they self-exile themselves. I'm guilty of it myself because I'm like, I don't really want to go. I feel like nobody's going to want me there. But it's really because I'm talking myself out of it.
Right.
It's self-exile. That's really
Yeah.
what it is, and that's what you did.
You
You
legitimately-
legitimately exiled yourself from your
Yeah.
fam.
Like, you left yourself out of so much stuff
Mm-hmm.
thinking they don't want to see me, they don't, you know, and that's what happens when you get into this negative cycle, you know, when you start being pessimistic instead of optimistic with life, then life, you know, just kind of keeps going downhill.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's honestly all about your attitude. You know, if you keep thinking nothing's ever going to go right, nothing's ever going to go right because you're
Yeah.
not ever even going to try.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
comes full circle. What you put out there comes back to you. So you
Yeah.
put out there that you didn't want to see anybody, so nobody really came around.
Yeah.
When really what it was is they didn't want to bother you because they didn't want
They
the backlash of what you were going to say or what you were going to
Yeah,
throw in their face
like-
from things you may or may not have done for them
Yeah.
or things that you felt you had done for them that they didn't realize that you felt so strongly that you had done for them.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Like, they wanted you there.
legitimately-
They just didn't want
bullshit.
The bullshit of big stuff. I don't. What's
Yeah.
when they're throwing it in people's faces? What is that called?
Like,
We're gonna have a brain fart and not think of the word.
I know, but it's like you legitimately like spent time with people and they would leave you feeling worse than they did before they came to see you. Like you
Yeah.
legitimately would stay stuck on one little tiny thing and obsess over it and then just bitch and bitch and bitch about one little thing. Even if it wasn't with the person you were talking to, but you would bitch about one person doing one thing to you and you were so like obsessed with this little thing that went wrong that you couldn't see any of the stuff that actually went right.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I understand how you got that way. Everyone has bad days where all they can see is bad shit. But, you know, you lived your entire life that way. Is that really how you want to live? Like, you're legitimately still standing here looking at everything that went wrong in your life.
Yeah.
Like, have
Yeah,
you,
like you're so red that it's like unbelievable. You're
Yeah.
just so angry and just so pissed at the world. And to be honest, the fact is the world doesn't owe us anything.
No.
We owe the world everything for us being energy and the world giving us what we need, providing what we need to live.
Yeah.
And you only reap what you sow.
Yeah.
That's like the
and
reality of it.
Don't you feel better looking at everything that went right? Like, you are really, really proud of your job and the work that you did and
Yeah.
the things that you did there. Like, doesn't that make you feel good?
Well, and I'm getting a flash that it took 2 people now to replace you for your one job.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I saw that personally. Okay, well, that's
Like,
like
that's
right there is where you
beautiful.
know that's wonderful.
Yeah, like
what a
that's
big
a
compliment.
great thing. That's a great accomplishment. Like, and if you could focus on that and feel the pride and the joy from that, but you can't even do that because you are so busy focused on everything that went wrong. Like, you're thinking about your job right now and you're legitimately not even feeling very proud of yourself. You're not even feeling very good about it. It's just like, yeah, so what? So I was good at my job. Look at all this stuff that went wrong. Like, that's more important.
Now he's talking about, well, I wasn't even important enough for them to go and find my body. Okay, but you're talking about remains that have been there now for a couple decades, okay? Because these people have blown through your money. You were gone, minimum death 7 years. He said 1993. Okay, it's 2021. So we're talking about almost
and
30 years.
With the hit and run, like,
Yeah.
they don't even know where to begin looking.
Yeah, because the trail you were taking was such a long, like you had mapped out such a long path as to where you were going biking.
And they didn't even know where that was. Like, it was in your head. It was
Yeah.
on your person, the map, you know? Like, nobody knew exactly where you would have
Yeah,
gone.
because you're an avid
Avid
mountain
athlete.
biker. Like,
Yeah.
avid. So
Like,
people went
people
many,
knew
like, I'm
you
getting all these
probably went on
flashes
your
of
bike.
many, many places that they searched for you
Yeah.
for years. And
you
not
just
finding your
couldn't even
remains.
see that. You couldn't
Yeah.
even see how many people did actually go looking for you because you were so busy looking at, well, they never found me.
Yeah, because I'm
Like-
seeing like groups,
Yeah.
groups. And we don't get like inklings in our mind of these flashes of information for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm feeling like groups of people came to look for you. Your siblings with their entire families, and they got groups of people to go to different areas
Yeah.
to look
And you're
from the
just
West Coast
so-
and the East Coast because you were slated to be gone for a few week period of time.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, when you didn't get in touch with anybody from work, with anybody from anywhere, which you weren't in that great of contact with your family anyways, work was what started the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But there were so many places for them to look for you because nobody was 110% as to where you were because
Where
you
you
didn't
even
keep
went.
in close contact with people like that.
Yeah. Like, but you're so stuck on, you know, they took all of your stuff and they did all these things with your stuff that you didn't want them to, that like you couldn't even see how much they genuinely did care about you and how much they genuinely did try to find you. And
Yeah.
he seems like shocked by this. Like I feel like he's seeing for the first time that they actually did go looking for it.
Gina's
Like,
getting pissy because at first he was like, no, I'm calling bullshit on you guys. And she's like, they don't lie. No, we don't have time for that, dude. You know, this is like an
No.
hour-long show.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
No.
We really record for more than an hour, and then we do that fun editing thing. But
So fun.
But no, there's no point in us glossing over it for you. Where
No.
you're at, Your spirit guide can take you and actually show you what
Everything
they
that
did,
happened.
the efforts
Yeah.
that were put forth.
But you haven't
try to
wanted
find
to
you.
see any of it
No.
before because you've only
You want to
wanted
be stuck
see
on the
bad
negative.
shit.
Yeah, you want to just be stuck on your negative Nelly
so
self.
It's time for you to see the good shit,
Yeah.
not just the bad shit.
Yeah, because I see your spirit guide. She's right there. I can definitely tell it's a female.
She's ready.
She's bright as can be, and she is ready to take you and fill you with wonderful feelings once you see that people did give a shit.
Yeah. I feel like he's ready to.
Yeah, he said, I want to see this shit for
right.
myself. Do it, bro.
Best of luck to you.
Best of
I
luck
hope
to
you
you,
can see
Steven.
all the positivity, Steven.
Thank you for coming on our show today. Best of luck to you in your next lives. We hope
luck.
that you move forward. And with that, Frank and Gina are out.
They were so ready to be
Yep.
gone.
Gina said, oh my gosh, she said out. She said, what an ass.
Yes.
Love you, Miss Gina. You so sweet. She's so pissed. So with Frank and Gina out,
Jackie and Ellen are
Jackie
moving
and
in.
Ellen are coming back in. Jackie. And they have another, okay.
Ooh, he's sneaky.
Yeah. It's another
I
guy,
can't even
but
see him. Like he's super.
yeah, he's
misty,
dodgy.
cloudy,
Yeah, and he's dodging.
You don't want me to look at him.
No, he's dodging and he's ducking. Jackie's trying to make him sit still.
Yeah, Ellen's helping out.
What the hell is going on? So, I mean, it's a guy.
It's a guy. He's foreign. He's foreign, but he really doesn't want us to know where or like what country.
Yeah, no, he's
Like-
kind of. Oh my god!
Arab.
Oh my god!
He's
The visuals
Arab.
that I'm getting are awful, though.
He blew up.
Yep, explosion definitely. He blew up definitely. I'm sorry if mine went out a
Yeah.
little bit because I leaned down, but yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god, it was his fault.
Suicide bomber.
Suicide bomber. No wonder he's ducking and dodging.
Mm-hmm. You're ashamed.
But he also looks at us.
He's
like
not
we
ashamed.
Are the enemy.
Yeah,
He's
no,
not
I'm
ashamed.
not feeling. He's not a no.
Not
no,
even
no, no.
a little. He's pissed.
No, Jackie says you're feeling the shamement from me. She says because I'm ashamed of what he did and I don't even know him. Okay, Miss Jackie, I'm feeling the shamement from you. Shamement. That's so funny.
Shamement.
She cracks me the
Yes.
hell up.
I love the way she
No,
talks.
he's very proud, but he's pissed. He wants his virgins. Oh my. Oh
I hate to
my.
break it to you, but they're not coming.
Here we go with some religious shit.
Some
We were
religious
just talking
shit,
about
yes.
religion's not the shit to talk about. So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's right. That's right. When they do those acts,
They think they're gonna get.
they're
72
supposed to get.
virgins.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to
Yeah,
get. You're
yeah,
supposed to go to this like
You're
heaven.
the only
and,
virgin that's here, honey.
Yeah, yeah, because we can tell you're a virgin. Yeah.
Oh, he's pissed that I even know that.
Yeah, he's extra
like,
pissed.
He's like, you guys are all whores. Like, you should all be virgins. Like, we're married. Why would we be virgins?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh my God.
this
He is legitimately like, in the eyes of God, you're all evil and like you're all going to hell and yada yada. Well, if that was
Well, he's
true,
calling him Allah.
yeah,
Allah,
Yeah.
you be damned. Yeah, okay, well, we may be. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, because I'm not dead
We'll
yet.
find
But
out
since
when
you're
we go.
dead, let's focus on your damnation. No, just kidding. I don't think you're damned either, bro. I don't know that
think
there is.
so.
Yeah, no.
I think you were just, sucked into a culture, a movement, at something,
Yeah.
you thought it was right, and it turns out it was wrong.
And this was recent also. This is another 2020. I'm so feeling 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's just pissed.
He's just
He
pissed
wants
off,
to know
yeah.
where it went wrong. He blew himself up into the wrong place. Well, I will try to explain this to you as best I can. You don't get a
I don't
pick.
even know
You
how
don't
to
get
explain
you don't get a pick where I don't think you could re-blow yourself up and you're gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, it wasn't about how
I'm
the
not-
bomb went off.
I'm
or
sorry,
where
I
it
can't
went.
help but to laugh because
I know that was
literally
some-
Jackie's like
that was
he
some
thinks he blew
interesting
himself up
logic.
into the wrong place.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
Interesting.
That's terrible. People out there are going, you are cold-hearted. It's not that, but that's just some funny shit for somebody to say. Like, I died into the wrong spot, pretty much. Like I don't think there is
there
any
is
dying
no,
into the right or
like-
wrong.
Like, there's no time over there. There's also not really, places.
Yeah,
Like,
no. And what
there's-
happens to
yeah.
you in the afterlife, this is some of it. I mean, I know there's got to be
like-
more of it, but this is some of it, bro. You are where you are.
Well, okay, and I feel like he's very, very, very religious. Like, and very much like, so it's not even spirit guides with him, it's angels with him.
Yeah.
Like, so do you see the angel that's with you? Because he's standing right next to you and wants to explain everything to you. That he wants to see, but he can't see it. Like, he's looking around now, like, he's just.
He's
spinning
yeah,
in
but he
circles,
also
like,
he's
he can't
also
see it.
he's also saying like, oh, it's just more of your Western culture bullshit, is what Jackie's telling me. Like, it's really not. We're
It's
not trying to
not,
rope
though.
you
We're
into any
trying-
Western culture bullshit.
We're not. We're trying
just
to like speak in terms
Yeah.
that you would understand, but he really doesn't want to hear anything that we're saying.
no. He's just
like
pissed.
he's so tuned out, tapped out, like he just wants nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
because we're
Jackie's
two
just like-
American whores.
Yeah,
in
Jackie
his
is just
eyes.
like, maybe we shouldn't have brought him to you. But at the same time, he kind of
But
needs guidance.
he does.
He really does. Not
Yeah.
kind of. He does. He needs guidance because he needs to be able to move on regardless
Yeah.
of the shitty thing that he did in this lifetime, because he suicide
Right.
bombed a restaurant. I can see that now really
Yeah.
well. And a lot of people died.
And I
So
feel
that's
like a
really
couple of
shitty.
people lost, like, or at least one person lost limbs.
Yeah.
And,
I think there were
yeah.
survivors, and definitely
Yeah.
some lost limbs and things like that. Definitely a lot of people died.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing like this huge explosion. I'm seeing people screaming, running, debris, dust.
Yeah.
Definitely was an eating place. So like I'm getting all these inklings,
Yeah.
and you went into that with a smile. So here you are. You know, now
Yeah.
the real shit is gonna start, because whether you feel like you were doing this holy work or whatever, now the real of the real is gonna hit you, and you weren't, and it was wrong. And karma is a bitch, and that there again, we've had to tell spirit after spirit after spirit that karma is something you're going to have to face.
Yeah.
You sat there and you killed people. You took them away from their families.
He killed
There were even
people
small people.
before the
There were
suicide
small
bombing.
people. I said there were small people.
There were children.
There were children in the restaurant, dude. So they
Yeah.
are small people, but there were
Yes.
even kids there, and you didn't give two shits. You were like, "This is my time." You
Yeah.
You were playing follow the leader, which I
Like,
can clearly see you were
I
really
feel like
following
we're
the
just
leader.
talking to a brick wall right
Pretty
now.
much.
Like, okay, so we're gonna have to like do something to get him to hear us.
I think his.
like-
I think probably his best bet is for him to open his eyes and be able to see his
like,
spirit guides.
And I feel like he wants to see the angel. He feels like I'm tricking him, saying that it's standing next to him. Like, okay, so like you legit need to like, okay, so what do we look like? Do we look like balls of light, or do we look like people?
He said balls of light.
Okay, so look for another ball of light near you. Should be bright white,
Way brighter than us.
brighter than anything else, or he sees it. So that is where you need to go and who you need to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously you don't want to hear us, because as soon as we started
No.
speaking English and he realized we were females, we were American, he wanted nothing to do with it. And that's okay. I mean, we're not here to,
We're
to
not
be
here
whatever,
to, like,
to change
you
your
know,
mind or whatever.
change the
Shit
world
happens.
and change people's culture. Like, it's okay to
Nope.
believe whatever you believe, you know? Like, your spirit guide is going to be, he's like, my spirit guide, that's some nonsense. Okay, so your angel is going to be the one to explain everything to you and show you what's next and help you move on in your journey and bring you to the right place.
Yeah. Yep, hopefully something
Wow.
better in the next life.
I feel like he just cursed us out and then
Mm-hmm.
blinked out with his spirit guide. Like, I feel like he legit was like, fuck you, you American whores, and was gone.
Yeah, Jack is like, I just wanted to get rid of him. I
Oh
just
my
didn't want his
God.
nonsense out in with the rest of them. So yeah, no, I get it.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you at all, Miss Jackie. We appreciate
Yeah.
you guys' patience, ladies. Ellen, Miss
Yes,
Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. They're heading on out.
And now, and we have Aiden
Aiden
and
and Rupert.
Rupert. Yay!
Oh, they're back with Julian.
Yay, Julian's back. I like Julian.
We really like you. It's good to see you again.
Yes. Aw, he likes us too.
He's like, I wanted to come back for at least one more blessing with you.
Yes.
That's really awesome. We appreciate
It
you. We
is.
definitely need some air clearing today. We had some really angry
Some
spirits.
really Debbie Downers today. Every single one of them.
And Julian he's got a question for us today as well.
Yeah.
He wants to know from our perspective, what does he look like from our perspective?
Oh.
Well, that's a good question.
All right. Well, you look like a man.
Hippie?
Yeah, like you have long, kind of stringy, kind of straight like hair,
Yeah.
you know, and it's really long, kind of almost down to your waist. And then I don't really see a shirt or clothes.
I see kind of like a
I see-
tunic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't really see. I see shirtless, and I know he's got some kind of pants, but I don't know what. Like.
So it's like a tunic, but I think it's like it's so it's like almost gauzy. I want to say.
Yeah.
So like very
super
thin.
light, super thin. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And he's laughing because he's like, yeah, I was just wanted to see if you saw me as I am. Yeah, we see you how you want to be presented.
However you
well,
want us to
Allie
see.
definitely starts with seeing how you want to be presented. Typically, I see people how they died, but now that I've felt your energy a couple times, I see you as
The
you
way
want to
you
be
wanna be
presented.
Yeah.
And you're very pleasant to look at because you're
Yeah.
very bright and you give off very peaceful
Very
feelings.
peaceful energy.
So it's wonderful.
So, like just looking into your eyes just brought the energy in this room
way up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that he's like totally humored by the fact that we see him like that.
Yeah.
Now he's like flipping his hair, which is awesome.
Well, I think it's awesome that because normally it's us that have so many questions for people on the other side.
Yeah.
Because we want to really understand what the other side is like. Like, I think it's really awesome that he wants to understand what it's like for us.
For us, yeah, that really is cool because
Yeah.
it's like then we're kind of going back A and B, which is really cool because people's spirits, energies that come in here,
Yeah.
most of the time don't have a whole lot of questions. Like
No.
as far as that goes,
No, not really.
They don't care what we see really.
They
we
just want help
explain
with
it for
their
the
things,
audience.
yeah.
We explain it for the audience at home, but that's really it.
Yeah.
Audience at home, in your car, wherever you listen to us, everywhere.
Everywhere.
But he said he wants to
anywhere
come in and
town.
clear the energy. He wants to
Yeah.
do the same thing as he did last time. He wants to
Yes.
brighten up the room.
Thank you.
So we'll take a little
appreciate that.
moment of silence. We'll let him brighten up the room. That was long enough. We'll
Wow,
quick the
yeah.
silence, but definitely
That
brought
was
that
quick.
energy level good.
Yes.
He brought it down to a good, or up to a good level. I don't want to say down because bringing
Yeah.
it up a notch to a
Well,
happy
we're
level.
bringing down the bullshit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you came back. I'm going to talk
Yeah.
like directly to you. I like when I get used to an energy, I prefer to talk to you personally rather than kind of third party talk to you like we
Yeah.
kind of have to do so that people listening know what's
Right.
being said as well. But we
Yeah.
really appreciate you coming back because you're
We
literally the first one energy
healer
healer
that
that
came
came back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
So
very
thank
cool.
you.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
And with that, they are zipping on out.
They are out, and we are done for today.
So for all of you out there, be good people.
Just really be good people.
Pick up a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Especially if it's plastic, don't let the birds eat it. Come on.
Karma's a bitch.
Karma is a bitch. We've seen it
Do
time
good
and time again. Do good things and be
Do the
good
best
people.
you can all the time,
Yeah.
and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
And try to look at what you have in a positive light.
Yeah. Don't be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah. Don't get stuck here over some
Over some
material
nonsense.
bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go be your best self. Be good people.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
Bye.